the Bajaj Dominar 400. Now it's a slightly odd motorcycle because what is it? Is it a power cruiser? Is it a tourer? Well, nobody knows, and neither does Bajaj. Or should I say, neither did Bajaj, because of late they have been pushing the Dominar 400 hard as a touring motorcycle. And the proof of that pudding is in this, the UG2 version of the Dominar 400. Now this might look like an accessorized Dominar, but actually there's only one accessory on this motorcycle. So what's new? Let's find out. First, let's take a quick glance at what isn't new. The engine, the chassis and all the internals and even the overall design of the Dominar 400 is unchanged. Now the most obvious change to this Dominar 400 is this rather tall windscreen. Now Bajaj says that this has been designed using CFD or computational fluid dynamics, so the airflow around it is very smooth and it doesn't flutter even at high speeds. But do you need a windscreen on a bike that does about 150 kph max speed? Well, maybe not. But if you're riding in cold weather or touring in cold weather, I think having a windscreen up front will definitely be a bit of a help. Now if you peep behind the windscreen, you will see this. Now it might look a little odd at first glance, but it's actually a brilliant idea. This is a mount for your mobile phone, and any mobile phone mount that fits on your handlebar will fit on this. The only concern though is that because of its position, the phone might end up obscuring your display. And under the dashboard you have a USB phone charger, which is definitely a must-have if you're out touring long distances. And of course from the front you really can't miss these new knuckle guards. But on a road biased motorcycle like the Dominar 400, do you need knuckle guards? Well, I don't think so at all. But Bajaj says that they might be some help if you're riding in cold climates to keep your hands out of the cold wind. But for me, I think the main function of these is aesthetic. I mean, they do look rather pretty with their two-panel floating design, and they are fairly well built as well. They've got a solid metal bracket behind it to hold the whole thing together. So if you were to drop the bike, they might serve well in trying to save your levers. And on the side, of course, you have these new crash guards. Now thankfully they have been done quite tastefully. Like all of Bajaj's crash guards, they are not too big, so they do look quite nice. And this one, well, apart from saving the side of your bike in a crash, it will also protect your radiator, which is definitely a good thing. Now you also get a metal bash plate under the bike, so just in case you took your Dominar 400 over some really rough roads, the engine will stay safe from hits. And of course around the back you have a brand new tail rack. Now this tail rack actually has got mounting points for a tail box, and Bajaj says that this tail rack can take weights of about 7 kilos, maybe a couple of kilos more as well, which is definitely a great thing if you're out touring. And of course as part of this tail rack you have this, well, backrest. Well, not really, it's called a backstop because it's meant to sort of prevent the pillion from sliding backwards under hard acceleration. And since this Dominar 400 is built on the KTM 390 platform, it does have decently quick acceleration. So this definitely feels quite nice for your pillions when you're sitting for a long distance. Now all the bits that we just saw, well, those are standard on the new Dominar, and we come to the only accessory that is on this bike, and that is this saddle stay. Well, the pair of them on either side, these cost rupees 650, and they help you mount saddlebags on the bike without interfering with any part of the motorcycle. Now the concept for this new Dominar apparently spawns from all the odysseys that Bajaj has done with this bike. And who better to speak about the odysseys on the Dominar than Candida Lewis herself, who rode a Dominar solo all the way from India to Australia. So Candida, obviously on your journey to Australia, you don't have this Dominar and these accessories. So how did you manage your luggage on your journey?
It was pretty difficult for me because I had to source the accessories from different parts of India, and it got pretty difficult is because I did not plan the trip so well in advance. So it was all last minute. So to get all the accessories in a few days, it was very difficult. So this is really nice because it comes loaded with all the accessories. So you have it all there.
So if you could pick any of these accessories on your journey, what would you have picked?
I would definitely pick the hand guards because I think that's the most important thing on a motorcycle. When you fall, it saves you and the motorcycle from damage. I would definitely want a saddle stay as well because for anyone that's using panniers, I think this is such a easy addition to the motorcycle. Easy to just clip on the bags and take off. And yeah, I think the improved mirrors on this is also pretty good because last time I had to get mirrors from a different motorcycle. Yeah, and the last one is the phone holder. It's just so convenient to have a phone holder instead of putting it on the handlebar.
So that in a nutshell is the new Bajaj Dominar 400. Now as we mentioned before, except for the style says, all these bits that you see are going to be standard going forward. And the best part is that you can retrofit all of these except for the USB charger on any of the previous generation Dominars very easily at any of your Bajaj showrooms. Now with all these extra bits, there is some good news and some bad news. The good news of course is that the price hasn't gone up all that much. You pay just rupees 5,000 more than the current Dominar 400 and that still makes the Dominar 400 a very well priced motorcycle. As for the bad news, well, that is weight. Now the Dominar 400 was already a fairly heavy motorcycle and all these bits have added 7 kilos more, so it now comes in at 193 kilos weight. So, do all these bits make the Dominar 400 a better touring motorcycle? Well, I'm still not entirely convinced. We still think Dominar 400 is not the best bike out there for touring. However, if you do want to go touring on the Dominar, all these bits will make your life just a little bit easier.